Imagine buying a phone case before even seeing the actual phone. Sounds odd, right? But that's exactly what's happening with the iPhone 17, and it's months away from release. While Apple hasn't officially revealed anything yet, there's already a wave of people placing pre-orders for iPhone 17 cases. And it's not just random hype. There's actually a reason why these early buyers think they know what the phone will look like. It all goes back to some trusted sources in the tech world, people who've correctly leaked Apple's designs in the past using 3D models and CAD files. Now, those same sources are behind the new cases for the upcoming iPhones. These aren't just based on rumors. They're crafted using the same CAD data that case makers often rely on to prepare their products ahead of time. And get this, they even fit perfectly with 3D dummy units that are being shared online and in some tech circles. What makes this even more interesting is how those dummy models match the cases so well. It's giving people a pretty accurate idea of how the next iPhone might feel in their hands. No working screen, no software, just the shape, the size, and the camera layout. Still, it's enough for many to start making buying decisions. Some people are already trying these dummy phones in stores across China. Even though they're just empty shells, shoppers are holding them, slipping them into their pockets, and comparing models to see which one feels best. The cases also reveal some design clues. The iPhone 17 Pro and Pro Max are expected to stick with the triple camera setup, but the area around it looks bigger than before. That suggests Apple might be adding upgraded sensors or making space for more camera features. Then there's the iPhone 17 Air, a name that hints at a thinner, lighter model. From the early looks, it still has a decent-sized camera module, but it's cleaner and more compact. On the other hand, the base iPhone 17 design isn't getting the same positive feedback. Some say the camera placement looks off, and not everyone is loving the direction Apple might be taking with that model. It's not just random fans jumping on this early train. Even accessory brands have started listing iPhone 17 cases on their websites. Some of these listings may have been accidental, but they've given the public an early peek at possible design changes. These small leaks are quietly confirming what many insiders have been saying all along. Apple's next phone is shaping up, and accessory makers are already getting ready for it. Of course, there's still a risk. Apple could change something in the final stages. Maybe the camera layout won't be exactly as shown, or dimensions might shift slightly. But that hasn't stopped people from placing early bets. For some, it's not even about the case. It's about being the first to feel like they know what's coming next. Another talking point is pricing. There are early signs that the iPhone 17 might come with a higher price tag compared to last year's models. Apple hasn't confirmed anything, but reports suggest the company may increase the price without blaming it on tariffs or global trade. If true, this means buyers will have to pay more no matter where they are. The iPhone 17 is coming this fall, but its cases are already out, hinting at design changes that are getting mixed reactions. Some are excited, some aren't sure. But the hype is real. Would you buy a case before seeing the phone? Tell us in the comments, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more tech updates.
Welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about a phone that's making waves in the mid-range market, the Google Pixel 9a. It just launched, and for under $500, it's already shaping up to be one of the best value phones of the year. At first glance, the Pixel 9 might look simple, but when you take a closer look, it packs in a lot of premium features. You're getting Google's latest Tensor G4 chip, new AI tools, camera improvements, and a more polished design, all for just $499. That's the same price as last year's Pixel Ego, but with much more to offer. So while other phone makers are chasing flashy specs and curved screens, Google is doing something different. They're focusing on long-term software updates, smart features, and real-world performance. The Pixel 9a is not about showing off. It's about getting more for less and actually enjoying the phone for years. Now let's see how it stacks up against the competition. The iPhone 16e starts at $599, and while it offers that smooth iOS experience, it lacks some basics like a high refresh rate display and modern AI tools. On the Android side, Samsung is getting ready to launch the Galaxy A56 5G, which will probably land around $499 as well. That one might bring a solid screen and decent performance, but it's not expected to match Google's software smarts or AI features. So where does the Pixel 9 stand? Honestly, it feels like Google is trying to bring flagship-level features to more people without pushing the price past the $500 mark. Compared to last year's Pixel 8a, there are a few key upgrades. You're still getting 8 gigabytes of RAM and support for Gemini Nano, but now you've got the Tensor G4 processor. You also get access to some of the newest Pixel software tools like AdBee, Best Take, and Pixel Studio. One small downside, the new Pixel Screenshots app isn't available on the 9a, at least not yet. The camera setup is interesting. The main lens now has 48 megapixels, which is technically lower than the 64 megapixels on the 8a. But it adds macro focus, which means you can take super close-up shots that look crisp in detail, something the older model couldn't do. The design has also changed. The phone now has a flat back with a smooth matte finish. It feels minimal but solid. And yes, the famous Pixel camera bar is gone. Some people might miss it, but the new design means the phone doesn't rock when it's on a table, which is actually really useful. The display is another area where Google improved things. The 9 now has a 6.3-inch actual PLLED screen with a 120Hz refresh rate and a peak brightness of 2700 nits, the brightest ever on a Pixel series. It's bigger and bolder than the Pixel 8's screen and matches what you find on the higher-end Pixel 9 models. Durability also got a boost. The phone is now IP68 rated, which means better protection from water and dust. The battery is another big upgrade. You're getting a 5100 mAh battery, the largest ever in a Pixel phone. That means better screen time, even on long days. And yes, it still supports wireless charging and Google's version of fast wired charging, although it's not the fastest out there. Lastly, the AI experience is where the Pixel 9 really stands out. With Gemini Live, you can use your camera and share your screen while interacting with the assistant, just like on the more expensive Pixel 9 models. And the best part? You don't need a Gemini Advanced subscription to use it. So, is the Pixel 9 worth it? If you already own a Pixel 9 or 9 Pro, this might feel like a step sideways. But for anyone else looking for a reliable, powerful, and affordable phone that will stay updated for the next 7 years, the Pixel 9a is a strong choice. It's not trying to be flashy, it's just trying to be smart. And in today's world, that really matters. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.
You will not believe what Samsung just did. The Galaxy S25 Edge is here, and it is unlike anything Samsung has ever made. We're talking about a phone so thin it could make your current device look outdated overnight. But how did Samsung pull this off? And what sacrifices were made to achieve this ultra-slim design? Stay with me, because the truth behind this phone might just surprise you. Let us start with the one thing everyone is talking about, the thickness, or rather, the lack of it. The Galaxy S25 Edge is rumored to be just around 6 millimeters thick. To put that into perspective, that is slimmer than most smartphones you have probably ever held. Compared side by side with the Galaxy Z Fold 6, the S25 Edge is only slightly thicker than one side of the foldable. That is insane. But here is the catch. This slim design comes with a trade-off, and it is something that might make or break your decision to buy this phone. Do you want to know what it is? We will get to that in a moment. First, let's talk about the look and feel. The S25 Edge takes design cues from the iPhone 16, with clean lines, flat edges, and a camera layout that seems oddly familiar.